Hi, and welcome to RACQ's Parent Plates program, a guide to help you help your teenager get their driver's license while keeping them safe on the road. In the previous video, we discussed 6 ways to prepare yourself as a parent to set your teenager up for success before they start to drive. Let's now look at the process for obtaining a learner car license in Queensland, what's referred to as a C-Class license. Step 1 is for your teenager to complete Prep L. Prep L is an online learning portal designed by the Department of Transport, and it's a significant shift in the way we approach new driver education. Prep L is a highly interactive virtual experience, and it's full of real driving situations, more in-depth explanations about the Queensland road rules, and more importantly, a place to experience the consequences of poor driving behaviour in a safe environment. Prep L needs to be completed within 12 months from the enrolment date, and it can take 4 to 6 hours to complete. A pass of 90% is required to obtain a Queensland learner's licence. To enrol in Prep L, your teenager needs to be 15 and 11 months of age and have a Queensland residential address. Simply log on to the TMR website in the quick links below to set up your account. After passing Prep L, your teenager can now apply for their learner licence. This means your teenager can drive a car, but only under supervision. Now, if you're planning to take an active part in your teenager's learn to drive training, in other words, become their supervisor, RACQ strongly suggests enrolling in the Department of Transport's Prep L Supervisor course. This online course will refresh your knowledge of the Queensland road rules, teach you how to explain individual driving skills, and teach you how to structure a driving lesson. To sign up for the course, simply go to the TMR website in the quick links below. The next step in the learner process is called the Graduated Driver's Licensing System. It means that your teenager needs to complete a minimum of 100 hours of supervised practical driving over a 1-year period. These 100 hours are to be recorded in either a hard copy logbook or in an Accredited Logbook App. RACQ has developed the Learner Driver app for this purpose, and it can be downloaded free from the App Store or Google Play. The 100 hours of practical driving must also include 10 hours of night driving, in other words, between sunset and sunrise. It's worth considering the use of an accredited driving school, as every hour of daytime driving with an accredited trainer counts for 3 hours in your logbook, up to a maximum of 10 actual hours or 30 logbook hours. Now, as a supervisor, you must adhere to a number of important regulations. Number 1, check you hold a valid open C-Class licence and you've held the licence for at least 1 year. Number 2, confirm your licence isn't expired, suspended or cancelled. Number 3, use a vehicle that's correctly registered, insured and roadworthy. Number 4, make sure you sit in the front passenger seat of the vehicle with a clear view of the road. Number 5, ensure the vehicle clearly displays the correct L plates, a black L on a yellow background. These are to be placed on the front and rear of the vehicle so they can be seen from at least 20 metres from either end. Number 6, verify the learner is carrying their learner licence or driver's licence receipt if you're still waiting for your licence to be issued. Number 7, observe a 0 blood alcohol concentration limit and not be under the influence of illegal or prescription drugs. Number 8, ensure any conditions on the learner's licence is adhered to. For example, the use of corrective lenses by the driver. And number 9, follow all Queensland road rules. Now, before you head out on your first supervised lesson, you need to understand the rules in relation to mobile phone use, both for you and the learner. Really, you're better off avoiding phone use altogether while supervising, so that you can pay attention to the road and what your learner is doing. With that said, the rules allow you, the supervisor, to be in conversation using a handheld or hands-free phone, but that conversation is not to distract the driver in any way. Mobile phone rules for the driver, however, are a very different story. To put it simply, a learner driver cannot use a mobile phone in any way while driving. Let me give you some examples. The learner driver cannot use their phone as a navigation tool. They can't engage with the phone in any way via hands-free, loudspeaker, or with the phone in the cradle. They can't use the phone via a wireless or connected headset, and they can't stream music or any sounds from the phone using a Bluetooth or an auxiliary cable. These mobile phone restrictions are in place so that your teenager can focus on the complex task of operating a motor vehicle without the temptation of checking for notifications or distractions from the phone. To be their safest, your teenager must concentrate on only one thing: the road. Unfortunately, learner drivers can lose their license after just one mobile phone incident, as it's a 4 demerit point offence. Here's what RACQ recommends. If you're using a mobile phone app to log your 100 hours, set the parameters first and then put the phone on silent in the glove box. Out of sight, out of sound. Keep it there until the end of the lesson or until you return safely home. So let's recap. To obtain a Queensland Learner's Driver's Licence, your teenager will need to pass PrepL, the new online assessment tool, and we strongly recommend that you, as a supervisor, complete the PrepL Supervisor's course. Once your teenager has their learner's licence, they then need to complete a minimum of 100 hours of supervised driver training, and these hours need to be recorded via an Accredited Logbook App. And finally, it's really important that you understand the rules associated with mobile phone use for you and your teenager. In the next video, we'll discuss the role of driving schools in the learner-driver process and also examine how you can effectively structure your own driving lesson to maximise the learning outcomes for your teenager.